Alright, welcome to my Doctor Doom gameplay and review. So I know I'm a little late to this. I didn't get a chance to do my review when these first came out last week, but I'll try to make this a unique review, and I'll be comparing this Doom and his accessories to the original one from Chapter 2 Season 4. So first of all, in order to unlock Doctor Doom and all his accessories, obviously you need the Battle Pass, and you need to complete all these challenges. Now I did do a guide on both page 1 and page 2. So in terms of secret skins, I think they did a phenomenal job here. I know a lot of people were expecting this to be in the Battle Pass, and for him to be a secret skin is a little bit of a letdown, but they made up for that by making this one of the earliest secret skin releases ever. Normally we have to wait all the way to the middle or even late season before we unlock this type of skin. But this season we got him before we even got the quest rewards, which is crazy. So first of all, let's do a little comparison in the locker. So if you missed out on Chapter 2 Season 4, then obviously this Doctor Doom skin is going to be your only chance to get him, and in that regard, it's an amazing skin. I think they did a phenomenal job. The color scheme looks great. The armor looks great. His description states Doom above all, and of course he does have that secondary Pandora's armor Doom, which is just a brighter, more majestic color scheme. Now I know some people were super disappointed because they were anticipating the Wanderer cloak, which is that all-white cloak that we saw last season, and unfortunately he just didn't get that. But it does make sense because they were hyping up this suit of armor right here with all the quests. They kept talking about his suit of armor, the Pandora's box, and they finally gave it to us. But this just screams impressive to me. I just love this secondary style. But you can just notice the difference. This is a more subtle and dark color scheme, and then boom! You just get this bright, shining armor, and it looks like even the green changes to a lighter green. So that's pretty impressive all around. Now, how does that compare to the original Doctor Doom? So you can see the difference here when I cycle between the two. I feel like the shoulder guards on the new version are a little more bulky. You can see he's got those big guards on the top right and top left, whereas on the original one, yeah, he has some shoulder guards, but they're not as pronounced. So I really can't recall if the aim down sights is good on this one, so we'll do a comparison of that as well. But the mask looks pretty similar. Maybe just a little more metallic on the original one here. In fact, his silver does look different in terms of both. I don't know, I just feel like this one, the newer one, has a little more definition. Now the original one has a pistol holstered, whereas this one has no pistol. Now for a secondary style, remember the original Doctor Doom has quite a few because he's also a super level variant. So he's got the God Emperor Doom, and this quite literally is the Wanderer. So everything silver turned to gold, and everything green turns white. So I thought this was a great style. You don't really see this one ran too much, but it's really, really clean. And then I was not a big fan of the super level styles for any skin in Chapter 2 Season 4, but that's the silver one. And then we got the gold foil. And then the last one is the hollow foil. So again, not a big fan of those myself, but his secondary style, the God Emperor Doom, perfect. Now also don't forget that the original Doctor Doom comes with one of the best emotes in the entire game, the Victory Von Doom. Sadly though, you do need a Victory Royale in order to do it, which makes it a very rare emote, but it's got its own music, it's got its own animation, and it's an incredible throne. I love this emote. This is probably the best victory emote in the game. So let's take a look at everything we get real quick, and then I'll show you in game. Obviously Doom's cloak, pretty solid for the first style, that nice green. And then his wrap, I'll compare it to the original one from Chapter 2 Season 4, and I think actually the original one's a little better, but I'll show you why in just a second. The Doom blade is incredible. I can't wait to see that in game. The Fist of Doom looks pretty impressive, but I've seen a lot of negative comments about it, so I gotta check that out as well. Obviously the first skin we saw. Moving on, we've got the secondary Pandora style for the pickaxe. For some reason we did get some decor in Lego. We got the Pandora's Fist of Doom, same thing, just different color scheme, same thing for the cloak. A pretty sweet emote, Doom's Domain, one of the few emotes that actually has some voice dialogue to it, sorta. It's just him laughing, and there's multiple variations of it. And then the armor itself. Now one thing the old Doctor Doom has that the new Doctor Doom doesn't is a contrail. So again, this is from Chapter 2 Season 4, it's called the Doom Drop. So I will be rocking that as well. So let's hop into a match and see what all these things look like, and then we'll compare it to the old Doctor Doom. Okay, so here we go. You can see the old contrail does suit the new skin quite nicely. That looks impressive. Now, how about the Fist of Doom glider? Like I said, there was a lot of negative complaints about this. Let's see what it looks like. So that wasn't bad. I'm not sure what everyone's upset about. It's got a brilliant deploy. You can see he just outstretches his arm and summons this massive green hand, which literally turns into his glider. It's very, very impressive on the deploy. And then he stands there triumphantly with his arms crossed. I mean, that's impressive to me. You got some nice boosters on the back. Let's see what happens when you go forward. So you've got the hand kind of opening and reclenching his fist. That's pretty impressive too. And when you go backwards, the fist opens entirely. And then going forward again, we'll close it. How about to the left? Fist remains closed, and the right. So I don't know why people were upset. I'm not sure what they were anticipating. I think this is just as good as Magneto's glider last season. But the real question is, can anyone use this? If they can, it's going to be amazing. If they can't, that kind of stinks. So the deploy is 10 out of 10 for me. I mean, that's amazing. So if you didn't like this glider, let me know in the comments why, because I'm a little confused. Yeah, that's amazing. I don't know. Okay, so here we go. If you have seen some of my reviews before, I'm not really the biggest fan of capes, but this one just flows perfectly. It fits right in between its armor. It's got a nice design on it. It just complements this skin very, very nicely. Obviously, it has nice physics too. So does his under armor. You can see that kind of folds up when you jump. Let's take a look at the pickaxe. Here's the pull-out sound and the swing. I'll be quiet. So a beautiful swing animation, a nice contrail. I think this is pretty solid. It's got the green sorcery waves flowing through it. That's pretty impressive as well. So he's got at least 3 spots that glow a very light green. I imagine we're going to be seeing those in the dark. Let's go check that out, actually. And we'll check the splash on the pickaxe. Yep, beautiful green explosion there. That's impressive. You can see the green on the pickaxe does glow nicely. Let's take a look from the front again. Yep, so those do light up quite nice. Let's see if there's anything special with the weak spots. No, didn't notice anything there. Let's take a look at the aim. So you can see the shoulder pad does take up a majority of your view. You can clearly see above the skin though, not much to the left. And here's when you crouch. So the shoulder pads are a little bulky, and that was to be anticipated. The wrap looks quite nice as well. You can see the light green on the back end. And when you shoot, it's a little bit of a lime green, and then the longer you shoot, the more darker it gets. So that flows and matches quite nicely. It looks like the reactivity lingers quite a bit too. That's a good, I don't know, 5 seconds before it fully fades away, so that's impressive. So as mentioned, his emote is very unique in that it has a voice actor, and he has multiple renditions of this emote. He laughs differently pretty much every time. Listen to this. Okay, now let's do it again. Listen to the laugh. So that was way shorter. So I'd be curious to see what happens when someone else does that emote. So we'll test that too. So let's take the cape off. Okay, so he's not too bad without the cape. It's very rare that I say someone looks better with the cape than without. But in this regard, I think he really does look better with the cape. You do get a little more glow there because obviously you can see those 3 little lime green lights there. So that's kind of cool. But I think, again, the cape looks so much better on this skin than it does without. Let's try the secondary style now. Okay, here we go. So I think the contrail looks a little nicer on this one just because it matches the overall color scheme a little bit better. Here's the Pandora Fist of Doom. So you can see everything is exactly the same except for the color scheme, and it's got that nice gold etching all over it. It just looks like something a king would ride on. Very, very impressive. Yeah, this color scheme is way more brighter. He just looks more, I don't know how to describe it, more noble, more knightly, I guess. I don't know. He looks like a king, to say the least. It's got the nice gold etching on the armor, the etching on the cape. everything looks more noble about this skin. So it pretty much plays the same. There's one glaring difference with this suit of armor though, but first let me show you the pickaxe and the swing. It should be identical, minus the colors, but here you go. Yeah, so everything is the same except for that green has turned a lighter green. I don't know, I just feel like the Pandora style is way better. But when you aim down sights with this Pandora style, the armor got bulkier. So there's this little lip on the left of the shoulder pads. You can see it. It extends halfway through his hood. So it's even more bulky than before. And now the wrap doesn't flow as nicely. So I feel like you need a more steel or gold wrap. Now of note, his color scheme does not glow as much on this style. You don't have those glowy lights. I mean, you do, they're underneath his armor, but you can't really see them that well. So let's see what this looks like in the dark. Sword still looks amazing. Let's take a look from the front. Yeah, see, you can see when he lifts his arms up, there's a little bit of that light glow, but it's kind of hard to achieve. Here's the reactivity in the dark, by the way. You can see that nice lime green. And let's see this style without the back bling. Okay, so this one has way more of a design, but again, I just feel like he looks better with the cape on. Although this one, like I said, does look pretty sweet due to all that etching. He's got that royal armor going. But I just feel he looks a little different without the cape. So, in my opinion, the cape is best. So what about the new Doctor Doom with the old Doctor Doom accessories? Can you even do that? Well, unfortunately, it looks like you can't wear the OG Doctor Doom's cape on the new skin, which is kind of weird. You can use his chalice though, so I will equip that. Actually, that's going to look best on the secondary Pandora style, I think. So let's go ahead and put him back to that. You can also use his Staff of Doom. So I'll equip that. So unfortunately, you also can't use the OG Doctor Doom's glider. It's only accessible with the old Doctor Doom. So that's unfortunate. I feel like the new Doctor Doom should be able to use this. So the chalice doesn't look too bad. I think it might look better on the Pandora style, because it's that lighter green, but we'll see. Pickaxe is not too bad either. I think I actually prefer the sword pickaxe. I mean, this does flow, but I much prefer the sword, I think. Let me know in the comments, which pickaxe do you like better? Okay, so the chalice, I don't know. I guess it does kind of fit here, but I kind of like it on the other style better. And again, the pickaxe is not the best, but it does look quite nice. All right, let's take a look at the old Doctor Doom. So I'm not a big fan of his cloak. It's got the fur on the top, and it looks way more wide, in my opinion. Now, luckily, you can use the new Doctor Doom stuff on the old version. You can see the difference here. This one's much more slender, and this one's just huge. Okay, so first of all, here's the OG specific glider, which unfortunately the new Doctor Doom cannot use. So he summons this little bit of arcane energy, and he kind of grabs hold of it. So this is a good glider, but I feel like the new glider is equally impressive. Yeah, this one's not too bad. You kind of use your sorcery a bit more for this one, which I think is why people enjoy it. So here's his OG pickaxe with the skin. Now, see, his aim down sights is a little more clean. The shoulder pads are still pretty bulky, but they're not as bulky, in my opinion. Let's take a look from the front. He's got that gold chain on the front as well. Now, how about if we do the new emote? Does he still get the voice dialogue? Let's listen. He does. Well, now I wonder if a non-Doctor Doom skin gets that. We're going to try that. All right, let's look at his secondary style. So this is as close to the Wanderer as you're going to get. And it is pretty sweet. I mean, I do like this color scheme of that bright white. Let's take a look from the front, mixed with that gold. But again, his cape is just a little more wide than I would have liked. So there you go. You can see his holstered pistol a lot better now. And his gold armor is on full display as well. So this one actually looks really clean without the cape. So the OG Doctor Doom looks perfect without the cape. The new one, I feel like he needs the cape. That's just my opinion though. And lastly, here's the old Doctor Doom with the new cape. So it's a little glitchy. You can see when you jump, it kind of sags down on the left. That's 100% a glitch. It should not do that. You can see the whole thing just tilt down. And also when you run, the pistol pokes through the cape. So it shouldn't do that either. It's a little bit of mismatch on the color scheme. The pickaxe looks great with this one though. Yeah, that cape just looks a little bit off, but the pickaxe is perfect. All right, one more test. Let's try the wrap on the wrap skin and see which one looks better. Okay, so first of all, the Fist of Doom does work with non-Dr. Doom skin, so that is great. Wait a minute. We kind of glitched out a bit and went upwards in the air. So maybe it's a little glitchy. Let's try that again. Okay. Nope. Okay. Well, it does work. It's just a little glitched. Okay, so this is the new wrap. So anytime I shoot or swing my weapon, you'll see a little bit of reactivity. So just one swing of the pickaxe and you get that lime green glow. But if you swing multiple times, you get the green extending down. It gets much brighter. And there's like these black circles that appear as well. And then when you rapid fire, you get the full glow with the black circles as well. But just look how long it lingers. That's impressive. I don't think the old one does that. Here it is in the dark. So a nice glow all around. A little bit on the front as well. There's the first shot. You can see just how long it lingers. And then there's rapid fire. So pretty much it extends all the way down to her midsection. We got to remember that. Here's the aim down sights. That looks pretty clean as well. Now before I swap to the second wrap, let's try the Doom's Domain on a non-Dr. Doom character. Will we still get the voice line? Yes, you do. I swear I read that it's exclusive to Dr. Doom, but that is not the case. Okay, so now let's try the OG wrap. Oh, wow. So this one is way more metallic. So you can see the difference there. It's just almost completely silver. Wow. So how about when we swing? I think it's a little lighter as well. So that's just with one swing. You can see it definitely fades away way quicker. The other one lasted about 5 seconds. This one's like 2. So let's shoot. So it still has those little black circles, but they extend all the way down, whereas the green glow does not. So it doesn't even reach her midsection, but the black circles do. They extend all the way down to the bottom. Ooh, okay, so originally I was going to say this one's better, but I don't think so. I actually think the new one is better after seeing it on the wrap skin. So here's what it looks like aiming in. Yeah, I feel like the glow is not as impressive on this one. Let's check it out in the dark. All right, here's one shot. Okay, now the glow looks a little better. Let me know in the comments, which one do you think is better? So there you go. The new Dr. Doom is very, very impressive, especially for a, quote, secret skin. Love that we got him super early in the season for everyone to enjoy. And I feel like he's a little bit better than the OG one. So if you missed out on the OG one, I don't think you should be too upset because they did a phenomenal job on this one. I do like the secondary Pandora style. The only thing this one has better is this awesome God Emperor Doom style. This one is just perfection in my opinion. So there you go. Let me know in the comments, which Dr. Doom do you like better? I think I showed everything from both of them. They're both pretty impressive in their own ways, but the new Dr. Doom, I think he's just a little better in my opinion. So there you go. That's all there is to it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. A like is always appreciated, and don't forget to use my Support-A-Creator code, which is tabortime.